Hello there, Goony124 here. Today I am playtesting a game called Deppart. This game is in the horror genre. It is also a first-person game, and like a lot of first-person games, it gives you a gun. And that gun can be used to blow doors apart so you can go through them, but can also be used to fight the monsters in the game as well. This game is really cool. It has a really nice realistic look, and I think what they're going for is kind of like something similar to Unrecord, because it kind of looks like the whole thing's going for like a camera. Like there's like a vignette around the actual screen, and a lot how they've gone with all these different effects to make the game look real. It makes me think they have been inspired by that, and they want to kind of make it like a horror thing rather than a kind of police like interception thing. But yes, it's a really cool game, so let's actually get started on it. And seeing it's Deppart with two P's, it makes me think, oh, is the monster we're fighting actually Johnny Depp? We're going to be swashbuckling with pirates? But yes, let's get started. And you can see the game looks really nice. Yeah, we're going to be... the monster's actually Jack Sparrow, and we have a bit of a sword duel. It's going to be a gun versus sword duel. But you can see, shoot, we actually need to get the gun, and we can actually use that gun to blow the doorknob off, basically. There's like a crack in it to show us. But what that reminds me a lot of is it reminds me a lot of Amnesia Bunker as well. And I feel like Amnesia Bunker is a game they can honestly take inspiration from. Because I feel like it has a lot of cool mechanics to it, like with the gun and everything. Like, the gun can even be used to like blow limbs off the enemies, so it doesn't really stop them from killing you. It's a pretty cool detail. But yeah, I feel like they could take a lot of inspiration from Amnesia Bunker in the sense of like interactability, because there are some props on the ground and stuff, but it's a lot... It's like just certain chairs and certain barrels can actually be pushed around. With Amnesia, you can kind of chuck objects around, which is pretty cool, and you could like chuck objects to distract monsters. I thought it was pretty interesting. I heard that little score there. Like someone has also said, like the game does sound really nicely. I really also like the ambience as well. Like that ambience you heard right there. It's kind of spooky, right? But like I've already mentioned, I really like the way the game looks, a lot of nice effects. You might have seen like dust effects and lighting and such. But yeah, it's pretty cool. There we go. But yeah, I've already played this a few times, so I know what's going to happen, which is kind of... It ruins the charm of a horror game. I'm not screaming out my mind, yes. Oh yeah, before we carry on, let's show you a bug. I'll try and reload and do it. Here we go. You can see my like hands clipping through things. Like they've obviously tried to prevent that by lifting the gun up when you're near a wall, but it still does it. That's a graphical glitch right there. But yeah, with like the way the game looks, the sounds, the mechanics are cool. But I do think there is one thing I'm not too keen on. Is the when you first encounter a monster, it is there is like a kind of a jump scare thing when the monster squeals. I just don't like that. I prefer the second encounter of the monster, really. What am I looking for again? I've already played this, but I'm like... Well, them barrels are dancing. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say barrels really loudly. I'm not that YouTuber. Is it around here, actually? Yes. Or are we just back here again? I need to get the torch is what I'm looking for, yes. Yeah. Let's go this way. Yeah, like I was mentioning, I'm just gone on a tangent, so I'm probably distracting myself. But yeah, I don't like it when the monster kind of squeals at you. I think that's kind of, Oh, here we go. I think that's kind of, bad, because I don't like being startled. I prefer the monster events where the monster's actually, like, chasing you. That's why I liked Amnesia Bunker so much. I feel like this game could take inspiration from. Like, honestly, the monster literally, like I said, it squeals, it literally squeals. It's like I'm being chased down by the Oinkinator, you know what I mean? Like, classic monster runs down hallway and makes loud noise. Like, yeah, like, honestly, I'd rather be constantly chased by something, which honestly does terrify me. Oh, look at that, they tried to scare me. Ha. I think that's pretty cool, you can actually shoot that. But yeah, I don't want to have to face the Oinkinator, you know what I mean? I'd rather be scared by actual fear. That's why I like games like Silent Hill or Amnesia, like I've already mentioned. Like, come on, like, we're just gonna go up here. Like, what the hell? What kind of scream is that? Like, what kind of scream is that? Like, honestly, like, it's squealing like a pig right here. What's going on here? I think it's a loading screen, isn't it? Or just the game lagged a little bit when you load down here, I think. Overall, the game runs quite well. It's just sometimes when that happens. But yes. Can you go for here? No. But yeah, there are other few bugs that I'd like to demonstrate that I kind of like, they're related to loading saves and stuff, but there's also a really funny one that lets me win after dying as well. It's pretty cool. But yeah, another thing I think they, like I mentioned how the monster just squeals at you, right? I think what they can improve on as well is make it so... Let me just be quiet for now. There we go. It's like the monster's going... Wee! Wee! Yeah, like I mentioned, you can literally shoot the limbs off. Or is it... Can you shoot the foot off? No, you can shoot their arm off. No, I think that did it. And you can see the blood splattering on the actual camera. On like the screen. It's pretty cool. I'm supposed to go this way. But yeah, like I mentioned about Amnesia and stuff, what I really like about Amnesia Bunker, which is the most recent one, is the monster is random. Like, everything it does is random, which I think is really cool. Like, there's no, like, there are a few scripted things that happen, but most of the time the monster doesn't do it basically does its own thing, which I think is really cool, and I think this game would benefit from, because everything from previous times I've played this, it's exactly the same how it was, so I kind of wish there was a bit of difference, you know what I mean? That kind of catches me off guard. Like, there's this guy right here, like, you know what I mean? Like, the props are dancing and the barrels are dancing, and I'm not going to scream it. I know it's a horror game thing, but I'm not going to scream barrels. Kind of did it a little bit low-key there, but, you know. I kind of wish the monsters weren't as scripted. The second encounter is a lot better. I feel like the second encounter is kind of what I'm wanting. Like, you encounter the monster... It still could be kind of considered maybe a scare, because the monster comes from behind the thing, but you're kind of anticipating it, so it's a lot less scary. Well, not less scary, but I mean, like, it's not going to startle you. It's not going to, like, it's not going to squeal at you. You know what I mean? Let me actually die to the monster, because I'm going to show the bug off, actually. I need to die to this monster to show it off. Yeah. That moaning. Oh, there he is. We're here. There's the monster. This is the kind of encounter what I would want, you know what I mean? Not like squealing at the top of your lungs, like an absolute lunatic. Let's just die to him. You see there's no actual death animations. There's no actual death animations. It's obviously a prototype, yes, but I do kind of wish there were death animations in the future. and maybe the state of the monster affects it. Yeah, I wonder if this is going to happen again. There we go. Why is he spawning there? Like, I don't know if the developer added that as, like, an after thing. To kind of, you know, when players load back in, that would happen. Or if that's not meant to happen. I'm not too sure why he spawns there. Because there's two of them, another one. So I don't get why... And you can turn this as well. We've already turned it, so I don't get why I can turn it again. Doesn't do anything. It has already done something. Let me demonstrate you can shoot their arms off. But you can see how his arm's hanging off. He's spotted that. There's another guy coming. There he is. Dead. Cool. But yeah, that's what I'd rather want. Like, but I'd rather have monsters that are kind of patrolling about, kind of like what the amnesia monster is. Oh, I didn't get to do the bug. Okay. I think I might actually be able to reload, actually, after this anyway, so... Doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll reload after this. To show you the bug before we quit this. Is there a bit of lag? I feel like I'm getting a bit of something. Is it because all the chains, maybe? Oh, what's happening with that chain? Maybe that's why. That chain's going absolutely crazy. I see like sometimes the physics objects are just going absolutely crazy. This is the last vow. Let's get going. And the end thing, like here's the door. And a monster appears. Oh, scary. Oh, the door's happening. The developer added a little bit of a thing in here. He's just dancing. We can hear the sounds still coming from here, even though this guy's here. So that's technically a bug. Even though it's a bit of a... something just to have a bit of a mess about after the prototype. Yeah, we can see that that's ended. So what we're going to do, actually, is we're going to exit the game, and I'm going to reload it. And hopefully it gives me the option to start off from the point we were at, so I can just demonstrate the bug. Oh, it works. Nice, nice. Okay, let's just put this back on screen. Okay, are we on screen? Yes, we are. Okay, so... this guy doesn't spawn again, by the way, so I kind of feel maybe it was added as a developer after you reload. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to kill 2 of them guys, but leave 1 of them alive. Let's kill this guy first. You can see his hand actually clip through the locker there. Yeah, we've got to open this. We've got to kill the fast guy. Let's kill the fast guy. Whenever he comes around. Killed him. Let's run, run, run. Oh, them barrels got in the way. They're trying to stop me, them stupid barrels. The music just stops. And so we start this. The door goes crazy like, oh. Let's die to the monster here. There we go. What's gonna happen is we've activated the end sequence anyway, so it's gonna say retry, but it's gonna say finished. Get the music and everything. You see the overlap, so I've actually completed it even though I died. this is me been playing Deppart. Let's me go over everything I've already said, or maybe some extras I've not mentioned. So, bugs, view models clip into walls and objects. Bugs valve can be turned again despite gate being open after save. I am unsure about the monster being there after the loading, but I assume the developer might have added that in as an extra thing, maybe. You can win after dying, I've already shown that. Things I like about it, I like the way it looks, the effects are nice, like the dust, the lighting, how they tried to make it look realistic. The gun's interaction's pretty cool as well, the ability to like pull doors apart by shooting them and also blowing off limbs of monsters is cool. I also do like the blood splatter effect when you do jib a monster. Others I've mentioned, like someone else mentioned on the itch.io comments, said the sound's really good, and I kind of agree with that as well. I really like the nice, like the freaky ambient sound when certain events happens. It definitely solidifies. This is a really like creepy environment. Like the graphics do that really nicely as well, but I think the combination of the sound and the graphics work very well. I wish the game wasn't too jump scary. I wish it kind of like was just pure like, you know, just getting scared by the monster chasing you rather than being jump scared by like, the Yoinkinator, like I called him. Like, you're squealing. Like, what's he squealing for? I think the game should be more random as well. Like, they should take that A Leaf Out of Book of Amnesia developer. I think you might have been inspired by Amnesia Bunker a little bit. But definitely, if you haven't, give it a try. It's a really good, unscripted horror experience, and I recommend it. And yeah, it also helped with replayability if the things are a bit more unscripted actually as well. Replayability is something you should definitely be striving for. Also add death animations. I know it's prototype, but it'd be cool to add more like animations when monsters kill you. And also damage from the monsters based on whether they've actually, you know, had their arm blown off or something. And also another thing, I'd love for you just to add more settings. There's quite limited settings here. Like, add more, like, key bindings would be nice as well. Like, there'll be a lot of all sorts of different settings here that would be important. But yeah, so this has been Goony124, playtesting Deppart with 2 Ps. Alright, see ya guys.